Have you ever seen a piece of art and felt its emotions touch your soul? Imagine if that art came from a 12-year-old girl living through the horrors of war. In today's episode, we'll discover how one girl's journey through tragedy gave birth to a peace movement that changed the world. Our story takes place in the war-torn country of Cambodia in the 1990s. The Khmer Rouge. Guerrillas were fighting to take over the country. People were caught in between, and thousands had to flee their homes and live in refugee camps. One such camp was called Battambang. In the midst of all this chaos lived a 12-year-old girl named Maya Chen. She was a bright and imaginative girl who loved to draw. But her life was turned upside down when the Khmer Rouge attacked her village. She witnessed terrible things that no child should ever witness. Her parents were killed in the crossfire, and she barely escaped with her life along with her little brother. When they arrived at the camp, they were met with despair. Thousands of people were living in dirty and overcrowded conditions. There was not enough food or water for everyone, and diseases were spreading quickly. But despite all this, Maya's imagination never faded. She would spend her days drawing pictures of her family and the life she once knew. One day, an aid worker named Sarah Martinez noticed Maya's drawings. She was amazed by the girl's talent and resilience in the face of such hardship. Sarah was moved by Maya's story and wanted to do something to help her. She rummaged family supplies and found a box filled with art supplies that had been donated by people around the world. Inside the box, she found one paintbrush. It was old and a bit worn out, but it was still good enough for a child to use. She handed the paintbrush to Maya, and the girl's face lit up with joy. From that moment on, Maya's drawings became more detailed and realistic. She started painting scenes from camp life, but also imagined paintings of a better future. Her art became a source of comfort and distraction for her and other children in the camp. They would gather around her, watching in awe as she brought her paintings to life. However, the situation in the camp soon took a turn for the worse. The fighting outside the camp intensified, and more people had to flee to the camp for safety. The conditions inside the camp became even more cramped and dangerous, but Maya refused to give up hope. She continued to paint, pouring all of her emotions onto the canvas. Then came a day when Maya decided to do something extraordinary. She wanted to create something big, something that would capture the essence of the camp and the people living there. With the help of the other children, she went to an old abandoned wall and started painting. At first, the other children were unsure about what Maya was doing. They didn't know why she was spending so much time and energy on this project. But as the days passed, they became more invested in the painting and started contributing their own ideas and colors. As the mural grew, so did the hope that flickered in the hearts of the people in the camp. It became a symbol of unity, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, beauty and hope can prevail. But what happened next was something none of them could have ever imagined. The fighting outside the camp reached a fever pitch, and one day the soldiers came right up to the camp's fence, ready to attack. The people in the camp panicked and tried to hide, but there was nowhere to go. All they could do was watch and pray that their families would survive the attack. As the soldiers approached the camp, they saw the mural that Maya and the other children had been working on. The sight of the painting stopped them in their tracks. The soldiers were taken aback by the beauty and emotion that radiated from the canvas. It was a reminder of the humanity they had lost sight of in the midst of the war. For a moment, the soldiers forgot about the battle. They stood there mesmerized by the painting. The leader of the soldiers, a hardened man who had seen too much violence, was the first to break the silence. He looked at his men and said, "We are not going to shoot at these children. They have more courage than we do." He then walked towards the mural and added his signature to it. And then something amazing happened. The other soldiers started taking off their uniforms and putting on the colorful clothes that the children had painted on the mural. They joined the children in their game, forgetting for a moment that they were supposed to be fighting each other. The children were ecstatic. They welcomed the soldiers with open arms, offering them paints and brushes to add their own touches to the mural. For hours, the soldiers and children worked together, creating a masterpiece that symbolized peace and unity. The news of Maya's mural spread like wildfire. Reporters from all over the world came to the camp to learn about the amazing story. Soon, Maya and the other children were invited to the United Nations, headquarters where they presented their mural to the world leaders. The impact of the mural was immediate. The world was moved by the bravery and innocence of the children and the power of their message. World leaders started to take notice, and soon, the United Nations created a new program called Children's Art for Peace. This program provided art supplies to children in war-torn areas around the world and gave them a platform to share their stories. To date, the program has reached over 10,000 children in more than 47 countries. The legacy of Maya's mural lives on in the hearts and minds of people around the world. Her story is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope and peace can prevail. Today, Maya is a well-known advocate for peace and human rights. She continues to travel the world, inspiring people to use their creativity to make a positive impact on the world. But what makes Maya's story truly remarkable is the fact that she didn't just paint a picture, she painted a movement. Her mural didn't just become famous within the camp, it became a symbol of peace and unity for the entire world. It inspired people to see the humanity in each other and to work together to create a better future. Maya's story proves that sometimes all it takes is one person with a dream to change the world. And who knows, maybe that person could be you. And now, for the science behind the story. Harvard Medical School conducted a study that showed that art therapy can be an effective way to reduce the symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder in children. The study found that children who participated in art therapy sessions experienced a significant reduction in anxiety and depression symptoms compared to those who did not receive art therapy. This is because art provides a non-threatening way for children to express their emotions and experiences without having to put them into words. Art has the power to heal trauma because it allows individuals to process their emotions in a safe and non-threatening environment. It provides a healthy outlet for expressing difficult emotions such as fear, sadness, and anger, which can be especially beneficial for children who may not have the necessary language or emotional maturity to articulate their feelings. By engaging in art therapy, children can develop a sense of control over their emotions and reduce feelings of helplessness that often accompany traumatic experiences. So Maya's story isn't just a feel-good tale, it's backed by science. Art really can heal and unite us. What do you think? What would you paint to show peace? Let us know in the comments. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe. We have many more inspiring stories coming up.